Hey, folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out. I'm your late nerderator, Dustin House, spreading that good word about affiliate marketing. You're going to find me here every Tuesday and Thursday around 12:15 Pacific time, nerding out with industry legends and folks that are talking about affiliate marketing. So please consider subscribing. You can find us on any podcast format you want as well. My nerd guest today is Stephanie Robbins, a dear old friend and CEO of Robbins Interactive. And we're going to talk about the Amazon ecosystem matching up with affiliate marketing. Stephanie, welcome to the Nerdatorium.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited to talk about this stuff.
Awesome. We have gone back at least 10 years, I want to say, since we've been in a uh, group, and I've always had great conversations. You have consistently had the best hair in the industry, and
Thank you.
absolutely
Best hair. Awesome.
always a pleasure to see you at a conference. So Stephanie are going to be talking affiliate. If you want to jump in that live Q&A and nerd out with us, please drop something in the chat and don't be shy. But without further ado, Stephanie, who are you?
Oh, esoterical questions to kick it off. That's awesome. So, I'm a mom and a wife and a business owner. So, I've been in digital marketing my entire career. We won't talk about dates.
All right.
Fell in love with affiliate marketing over 15 years ago. I just love the relationship aspect of it, and honestly, like the ROI for the clients is just you can't beat it. The performance model. So I fell in love with it early on, and then I just stuck with it. Met some really great people. The first conference I went to was Think Tank, so I was really spoiled. I
Oh, all
remember the
right.
Think Tank days where it was like at the Ritz Carlton and stuff like that. And I just met great people that were just so welcoming. And I've never been in an industry where there is so much where people really just want to like lift the industry, and it's like less, not to say that it's not competitive, and it's obviously
Mhm.
gotten more competitive, but people really do like to share the knowledge. And as I was initially getting into that, I was just blown away with how helpful people were, and like you doing this type of stuff of like really just sharing the knowledge and just wanting people to be better affiliate managers so that the industry as a whole is lifted. We've come a long way from the dark days of affiliate marketing.
Absolutely. I like being part of the solution, and the industry is going in the right direction. We're gaining a lot of steam right now,
Yeah.
according to the billions and billions of dollars coming through the affiliate channel wide. My guest today is Stephanie Robbins. You can grab her profile. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. She's also got something to share with us a little bit later, that you can find in the chat. It's a great resource for what we're going to be talking about. If you would like to be in the seat where Stephanie is and come be my guest, I am always accepting new applications to join me. Go to dustinhouse.com/nerd and drop some information and just let me know what you want to nerd out about. So, Stephanie, tell me about Robbins Interactive. You've been doing this quite a long time. So, what do you do and who are you servicing out there?
So I always refer to myself as intentionally small. So I'm the only manager, and then I just have support help on top of that. And I really love the client relationship and the affiliate relationship. So I just decided to stay small. So in order to do that and do it efficiently, I really honed in on the health and wellness space. So that's really where I serve. I like to work with like small to medium sized businesses or small to medium sized departments of big businesses, but I like when it's an affiliate program that either hasn't launched or is kind of been neglected, where I can really make an impact. And I think that's why I've always worked with startups. I think I'm a masochist that way. So
Hilarious.
I really like it when people get excited, and you kind of find that in like the smaller size companies.
I don't see that as masochistic. I don't know if that's the word. I mean, that's the exact place that I want to live as well. Once a company gets over 200 people, my personality and my mindset just doesn't mesh as well with doing enterprise level clients. So that I stay away from them altogether. You know, they might have more money, and but it just isn't worth the headache in my mind. But um,
I
I
tend to move fast, that's just like my personality. It's like I want to get it done. I want to get it done. I don't want like 20 layers of approvals to get it done.
For sure. The red tape is just so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
And I mean, the gratification of it all working with startups is there's so much, they need so much more help that
Yeah.
you can provide. And it just makes me feel so much smarter working with startups. In all honesty, it's an ego
Right?
booster, right?
And then that's fun too because you end up, especially with affiliate marketing, because it kind of touches everything. And because I come from like a general marketing experience, like didn't just do affiliate marketing. I love to be able to help people with like interface navigation stuff or general marketing tips, branding, things of that nature. So it's like kind of allows me to kind of like dip into other areas as well.
Gotcha. Well, I've traditionally known you to have one or two clients and like hold on to them for a very long time, and that's never how I've worked. I am a traditional job jumper. I like getting in, providing a bunch of value early, and then moving on and getting into my next challenge. So, is that still the way you kind of interact with your clientele? You're trying to do it for the long haul.
I get attached.
Yeah.
So I would say overall, like my base is like long-term relationships. I have relationships that are, 10 years plus. I have started doing some like kind of high level consulting simply because I fill up so fast.
Hmm.
And I have a hard time. Like I'm definitely like a little bit of a people pleaser. So, I don't like to say no to people if they need help. So a lot of times I'll do some high level consulting and then kind of as an interim while they're hiring somebody and then even help like train that person so they get up to speed.
Mhm, mhm. Um, Something else you mentioned is like doing this as a freelancer and not really wanting to expand into that agency life. And
Mhm.
there's been so many agencies, folks like Sarah Bundy and Mike Nunez, like starting off on their own and then like
Yeah.
expanding and making a huge agency and eventually, selling that off. And that has its appeal, of course, but I'm in the same boat of like, I like being on my own island and doing my own thing. But
Yeah.
what made you make that decision of, hey, I'm not going to be hiring people. I'm just going to do this on my own and max my hours out where I can and still live my my parent life.
I think like it's different answer depending on where I was in my life. So
Right.
like when my kids were little, it was absolutely a focus of like
Hmm.
I really just want to focus on being there for my kids. So in fact, for like the first 6 or 7 years of my business, I was part-time. I wasn't even working full-time. Because I wanted to like max out the little human time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I kind of played with the idea and I've had employees at different times, but my husband is like this amazing manager, like amazing manager. And I think in watching him, I realized that's not necessarily like where my gifts are.
Okay.
Like I love to mentor people. I love other humans. Like I love mentoring like content affiliates or influencers
Mm.
or even like other people in the industry. But as far as like day to day managing, it's just not what lights me up.
For sure, and my wife and me are the absolute opposite because I'm in the same boat as you. It's I want to be on my island, and she's a great manager over doing
Yeah.
her full time job. So to each their own, and
And sometimes I get a little envious. I was like, did I make the right choice? And then I'm like, you know what? I did. It was the right choice for me.
that's awesome. No regrets. Like
Yeah.
I have none. This is
Yeah.
this is I'm broke sometimes, but it's a fun journey. I love the challenge. I gotta have it like gambling in my blood. It's
Yep.
it's just gotta be there. So what about today? I wanted to talk about Amazon Associates and leveraging the API that Amazon has, and I would love to hear about what all of this is because it's hard to explain. For me to explain to people, I think you're better suited since you're living in this world so much. So tell us about that Amazon API.
It's so interesting because obviously, like, none of this is, I'm going to say this and it's not proven, but it sure seems coincidental. So as we know, like
Okay.
Shopify launched Shopify collabs. And
Yeah.
then like right on the tail of that, Amazon comes in and it's like, ta-da, we're opening up the API for Amazon Associates, which is super exciting. So I think there was maybe possibly a little competition that forced their hand on that. I'll never know if that's just, a real theory or not, but they did kind of launch pretty close together. And I just think it's so exciting because as an affiliate manager, I feel like competing with Amazon, just like retailers, I think it's feels like so difficult, right? Like they want to go to Amazon because they can, the affiliate can get a commission on, the entire cart. It's obviously got great conversion rates. It's got that instant gratification of like, I can get it within a couple hours. It's hard to compete with that. And then on top of that, it's like shoppers want options. So if
Mm,
you're an affiliate, like the more options you can give them, the happier the shopper's going to be. And then Google came in and was like, hey, shoppers like options. So it kind of started to feel like, okay, I guess we just have to accept that we're going to have to, dance with Amazon at the same time. But we had no control over it and we had
yeah.
no reporting and no transparency. So Amazon opened up their API and allowed companies like Levanta and Refersion, which are the first two to launch. I think Refersion was the very first one to launch, and then
Mm,
Levanta was kind of like right on its tail, essentially.
okay.
That were able to take that API and import it into what feels familiar to us, as an affiliate network.
Hmm.
Now, Levanta feels more like what we're comfortable with because they handle all the payments.
Great.
They have a marketplace, which is absolutely amazing. So it gives us like not only like who our creators are, but now we can control the commission, which is a great deal for affiliates too, because everyone knows, particularly during, COVID, not that we talk about that too much anymore, but like Amazon can switch the commissions in a heartbeat
Yeah.
and really mess with an affiliate. And, it's just not cool, right? Like as managers, we know like you don't do that. Like you don't do that in Q4. You don't do it when it's hot. But, there was nothing an affiliate could do. Well, now they're working directly with the brand. We actually have control of the commissions. We can increase the commissions. We can offer bonuses and we can see who's performing and like work closely with those. Whereas before it was like, we just kind of knew like, okay, here's an influencer. We know they're going to have Amazon links. And then we kind of esoterically look like, well, it looks like sales, peaked at this point.
Hmm.
So it was probably due to this affiliate, it was all very vague. But now we have the ability to like truly have those relationships and those metrics. So it's an exciting time. And then I always say, like, it shouldn't be in replacement of your traditional affiliate program with the
Okay.
traditional networks. To me, it's like you're working both of them.
Absolutely. And I Amazon's like last straws with YouTubers, like dropping commissions down to 1% at one point, uh, almost fueled this need and necessity for what Levanta is doing out there. So,
Mhm.
really impressive of the work that they're putting together and turning the tides to what Amazon's machine is doing. And
Yeah.
just recently, I think it was earlier this week, I saw Amazon send me an email like, "Hey, we're turning up your commissions, 3-4%. How's that sound? Like,
Whoa.
start driving traffic us, like, please."
Interesting. I haven't heard of that yet. And do you know that Amazon is actually giving a kickback to the sellers as well that
Okay.
like go through Levanta? They actually give you 10% back of that commission.
Hmm.
So, and you could even just say like, hey, I'm just going to do a 10% commission. I mean, there's some kind of restrictions to that and like literally not have to pay any commission as a brand. Most brands are obviously doing their own on top of that, but
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah, so they're really invested in this as well, which is nice to see because I have to admit when it first came out, I was like, are they going to take it over? Is this just like a test? Like how's this all going to go? But they definitely
Yeah.
seem like they're in it for the long haul.
And you really don't know what they're going to do. And when you build your own product over an ecosystem that exists already, and they just decide to shut that portion of it down, then you're out of a business all of a sudden. And that can always be scary. That was one of the
Yeah.
weird things over at WP Engine. If WordPress ever shut down, WP Engine is just
Right.
toast, like altogether.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, yeah. But luckily, the business has legs, and you can build your business around that part of the world.
Yeah.
So I
I don't
think
think
they'll be all right.
Amazon's shutting down anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. These affiliate programs that we're building are coming to fight, so
Yeah, that's true.
we'll see.
No.
Well, hey, we've got a nice comment in here from Bradley. Feeling very at home in this group at the moment. I love hearing that this
Oh,
job can be as a freelancer long term. Brad's in the game himself right now,
nice.
and Stephanie, yeah, I guess you had some heartfelt sentiments there that resonated with the crowd, so that's great. Uh, then we have Eric Nagel jumping in. Careful, Dustin. That email says receipt of this email and its contents cannot be shared publicly. Oh, whoops.
What email is that?
uh, he just told me about, or I mean, maybe it does if I receive the email too, maybe. He's just talking about the Amazon email that I sent out, and
Oh.
hopefully Alexa isn't listening to me in the other room.
Oh, she's always listening.
She sure is. She sure is. Uh, I always love that debate where people will say she's not listening to you all the time, and you just say, how does she know when I say her name?
Right.
To
Well,
wake up, like.
and doesn't like is it just my household? But sometimes Alexa just like butts into our dinner conversations.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm just like, wait, we didn't tell you to turn on. Like, what do you-
For no good reason. Yeah.
yeah,
So
she's
nosy.
wrong, too. Very nosy.
All right. All right. So Amazon's there, and you mentioned something about like traditional networks and working with this Amazon API on Levanta or Creator. Um, Tell us what this mix is. You said you should be doing both essentially. How does that work?
And I should preface this.
Okay.
Obviously, if you have a consumer site
Hmm.
that is, very new and you're killing it on Amazon, then you might not be ready to do a traditional affiliate program on your consumer site. But overall, if you have a consumer site that, has enough revenue and enough brand awareness to justify a traditional affiliate program, I always say, like, give your customers both options. Whereas before in the affiliate space, we were just like discouraging any links to Amazon because we lose the customer, right? Like, I mean, we don't like lose the customer, but
Hmm.
we don't have that direct relationship when they go through Amazon. And, the margins are tighter because Amazon takes a lot of its cut. But I think giving both
Absolutely.
options, where it's like you still want to make the direct to consumer site like the sexiest option. But if somebody's going to go to Amazon, they're going to go to Amazon. Like if they want it in their 4 hour time span because they don't live in like, the rural area like I do, then that's what they're going to do. So you might as well give them that option.
Absolutely. And maybe the biggest benefit of having both of these, yes, you are paying out more money in commissions to that affiliate, but the lifetime value of that customer that you would have just lost to Amazon is now being captured in your email. Is that right?
Well, no, Amazon never gives you the customer email, but you do have the relationship with
Okay.
the affiliate. So
Okay.
Amazon's not
With the affiliate.
fully, opening the kimono by any means.
I see.
They're
Okay.
not giving the customer data, but they are giving us the affiliate data. And then I think, information is power. So, if you see like, okay, this affiliate promoted both the consumer site and the Amazon site, and, you look at the difference in the metrics, that's great information for a brand to have as far as where they want to be putting the rest of their advertising money in. And,
Hmm.
I think it's just if you can make that consumer site just a little bit sexier, like hopefully it has like different products that aren't available on Amazon. I mean, we're dealing with the beast that's Amazon, so you're never going to like undercut Amazon or anything like that, to risk that relationship. But I think there's a lot of things you can do, like gift with purchase and things of that nature, to really like make
Okay.
the appeal of coming over, and that way you completely own the customer relationship. But in this way, it's just making the customer happy either way.
Beautiful. Okay. Gotcha. Um, And you made names in this whole section. Levanta's coming up and getting a lot of publicity in this arena, but there are some big differences between these networks. You mentioned Version as well. Version's been in the affiliate game for a long time, but they jumped in very early with this API. So can you give us a little bit of distinction between the two of like Creator Connection and Levanta here?
So for me, so I have worked with Reversion before, and it is a good network, and I'm pretty sure they're the preferred choice for Amazon. They were the first ones to launch. I think the first ones that got access to the API, but don't quote me on that. I couldn't be not 100% sure on that.
Okay.
What I find is Reversion has dramatically scaled down their team, and the Levanta team is really amazing with support. And getting input from the managers as far as like what features we want to see, what data we want to see. And they have the marketplace, which has been a game changer. So recruiting is a little bit challenging because it's so new. So affiliates are like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Like, we're already an Amazon associate. Like, why do you want us to sign up to this other network? I mean, to me, I was like, oh, this is going to be such a no-brainer. I'm basically just offering you more money.
Yeah.
You're already going to send it to Amazon. Like, now I'm just saying, like, you have choices and we're going to offer you more money, but there's still like an education with it for the affiliate side. And Levanta's doing a lot of work, front end work on that education, which makes our recruitment a lot easier. So they've done a great job of like bringing in really large online publishers that are really hard to crack, especially if you're working with a small to medium sized business. And they're already bought into the Levanta, concept, which just makes recruitment so much easier. Because as you know, there are like some larger publishers that they only send traffic to Amazon. Like, either they're going to send it to Amazon or they're not going to send it to you. And you still want to be able to work with those guys and tell them about new product launches and incent them to put you higher up on a listicle, et cetera. And Levanta really set that up to make that easier. And they also set up where you can do flat fee bonuses and things of that nature as well.
Great. And so if you're making a decision on like one or the other, like, what's your decision? What's your like go-to solution right now that you're favoring one way or the other?
I feel like it's so obvious. It's Levanta. Like, I'm definitely a earlier adapter with Levanta. I talked to them before they officially launched, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! This is actually happening!" Like, I was so excited about it.
Fantastic! And that brings up
our Reversion early too, but yeah, I definitely have the preference of Levanta.
Fantastic. And that brings up our sponsor of the day. They are unofficial, but I thought it would be nice to have up here.
Oh, no. With the dolphin.
No. There's been a grave mistake here. As I upload
it doesn't even
new file.
My great hair in that picture.
I just ruined my own joke by uploading the wrong photo. This is insane. I'm the worst. So you've been working with Levanta for a while now, and hopefully they're graciously giving you some commissions there as well to work with them.
Oh, it's our affiliate space, right? And of course, I'm an affiliate of Levanta.
Beautiful. All right, I guess I'll skip this joke today. Unfortunate.
Oh, there was another joke?
No, it was... It was a tattoo of Levanta on the dolphin. And, I think, and I just shot myself in the foot.
Well, we would have gotten in trouble with the animal rights people, so it's probably good that you didn't do it.
Most likely. Anyway, if you go to Levanta.com and use code Dustin20, save 20%, whatever you're doing as a product. So give that a run and see how it works for you. Really low obligation to get with it, and really high upside as well for getting in on that. And moving on, next topic, like there's no segue to this, but Shopify collabs is another topic you wanted to jump into, and I want to hear what you're thought and how you're using it right now.
So Shopify collabs has been interesting. And I think when we initially started talking about, because you were so booked up with guests, I was just starting to play with it. There's a lot of things I really like about Shopify Collabs. I think it is really great for, particularly for like startups. I love their
Mhm.
discovery tool. Like, I don't know how much you've played with it, but their discovery tool is amazing. It's basically like having, it's not the same size as like a Grin or an Aspire, but it's like having that type of tool already built into Shopify. It's free, which is amazing, right? Like, they don't
Okay.
even take any commissions on it. The URLs are crazy friendly. And if you
Hmm.
really want to work with influencers, I think Shopify Collabs is a great option, because one, the URLs are super friendly, but also like you can set it up where they essentially, get like they're not purchasing, like you can automatically like send, get them set up to send free product and stuff like that to them, which
Hmm.
is really great. Because as you know, as a manager, like sometimes that's like the hardest part. It automatically generates the coupon code, which is a big deal with influencers because it's so hard to get people to click, even with all the technology allowing us to add links.
Okay.
So I think it's a great tool. The only negative experience I've had with Shopify Collabs is their marketplace. I have actually turned it off in all my programs. I don't think they're doing a lot of monitoring for compliance and things of that nature, as far as like letting people in. So I didn't have any like fraud experiences, but I definitely had people like posing as content affiliates, and it turns out they're just, putting up the coupon codes because it's coupon code based tracking.
Ah.
So I like it for like recruiting people in, smaller influencers, who aren't already like in all the networks, and they want something that's really simple to sign up for, really simple to understand, because, the link is pretty, right? It's not like, oh, I don't, how do I grab this or go there? They make it really straightforward. I think it's a great tool.
Awesome.
But like for smaller, like more like micro, medium size content influencers.
Okay, gotcha. And that's a great way to dip your toes into the influencer space and try to get some steam in that area, especially
Mhm.
since a lot of content or influencers in that space want upfront fees. You can probably get away with some hybrid deals and some, oh, maybe even affiliate straight up commissions. So,
Yeah, I think, and it is nice, like, if they're existing customers, they tell you as part of the sign up, you can do your own sign up questions, like you can add fields. I mean, there's a lot of like, it's a really robust tool, and pretty amazing that Shopify is offering that. And then from the billing standpoint, like some of the really influencer friendly tools like Refersion and Post Affiliate Pro is an accounting nightmare
mhm.
on the back end. But with Shopify, your commissions just get added to your bill.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
So that's a nice feature for like, dipping your toes in, as you said.
Excellent. And do you have to be a Shopify customer to use this
Oh,
platform?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's shop specific stores that want to get into the influencer
Mhm.
space go out and give it a try. Is this an add-on like for the store, or like
It's an app. I think is
app?
what they call it, right? They
Okay,
call apps or widgets. I'm pretty sure it's app.
I don't have any clients on Shopify. I don't.
Oh, really? I
No,
thought
no.
Shopify's like taken over the world. But Shopify really launched with the focus of entrepreneurs. I mean, they've obviously expanded, and like there's so many people on Shopify now, so many businesses on Shopify.
Hmm.
Um, but I think this Shopify collabs was like an extension of that, of really wanting like small businesses to be able to take off and not have any obstacles to their success, and be able to leverage affiliate marketing.
For sure. And the Shopify thing, it's just a matter of to work for Volusion, and then I took on BigCommerce as a client, so I tapped into those way before the Shopify, and I never ran into a client, ironically enough. So um,
That's good.
that is weird. Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
guess
to think, like, I have a single client that isn't on Shopify.
wow, that's funny.
That
Uh,
checkout process, man, it's like Amazon, right? Like, they just make it so easy for customers, so it increases your conversion rates.
for sure. It looks like you turned on Kristen Big Time Evans to it. Oh, I was just talking to a client about Shopify collabs. Great timing. Thanks for
Oh,
chiming
okay.
in.
Cool.
Thanks for listening, Evans.
I love
Appreciate
Kristen.
you. She's I mean, she's just the best.
You want to talk
I'm
about
a
somebody
fan.
supportive of the industry.
I know, right? She is that's why she's a two-time guest on Affiliate Nerd Out here. Uh just a great time. Um all right, Stephanie, where can people find you as we wrap this up?
We didn't even talk about Amazon Creations.
We
Creator
didn't?
Creator Connections.
All
No,
right,
we
going back to it. I had a tab up. I thought we were
yeah,
talking
and then we
Levant
went
and
into
like different.
Levanta. No, so Creator Connect. I'm just gonna go like super fast.
We don't need to go super fast. Take your time.
So Creator Connections is Amazon's own. So Levanta is obviously like a third party working with the API. Creator Connections is part of Amazon and run by Amazon. I believe it's still in beta, but my experience with my clients is if you tell them to ask, they let you in.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like super hard to get into.
All right.
It is a little bit clunky, but if you're looking for Amazon Lives, or if you're looking for more Amazon reviews or micro influencers, it is a great tool. It is like smaller influencers. It's a completely different way to manage programs because you can't like reach out. You basically create a campaign and then people decide if they're going to apply. So it's much more like organic in that aspect. And you don't even have the ability to like reject people. So it's like you put it out there and anybody can join, but you do have the option of whether or not you're going to send product.
I see.
So that's kind of like where your control is there. It's not, I don't feel like it's for me yet. I still feel like I'm in the testing stages with it because it's so new. It isn't like a huge revenue driver because it tends to be like smaller. But I feel like from a brand awareness standpoint and like getting videos on your product page and things of that nature, it's a really amazing tool. And once again, it's like free with your Amazon seller program. So
Okay.
you're not paying extra for it. So like, give it a try is kind of my
Oh,
thing.
okay.
The downside of it is it's a little clunky, right? It's new,
Funky.
it's in beta, like it's hard, like all communication, you don't get an email address, all communication is handled through a messenger. And it's like if you have more than one campaign going, like you can't tell from the messenger like which one they're talking about. So it kind of makes for like a little bit of an awkward communication cycle there.
Mhm.
But I still like run programs because I think it's a really great tool and it doesn't take a huge amount of effort as far as getting influencers into the program. So the first one I ran was for a really small company, and within 48 hours we had like 500 influencers signed up for it. And this is it's a company called Brushy, so it's a really cool little tool. Give them a little plug, where it's like a mini toothbrush that's pre-pasted floss. So like just a cool little perfect Amazon
Fancy.
purchase, right? Like you're probably not gonna like buy it direct to consumer. You're gonna probably just add it to your Amazon cart. And it did great with them as far as
Yeah.
like the brand exposure and just low risk. I mean, if they post and they don't get any sales and you don't pay any commissions. So.
That's absolutely something I would buy on TikTok. If a TikTok influencer did 30 seconds brushing his teeth little thing,
Yeah.
I would instantly buy that. I buy something every day on TikTok.
And here's the thing, like that's who I was like recruiting for Levanta too, are those Amazon finds,
Uh-huh.
Amazon hacks, and they're also a lot of them are in Amazon Creator Connections as well. So if you have like a really focused Amazon product, it's a great tool.
Gotcha. All
And I
right.
did write a blog post about that. I think you're going to include that has like kind of more detailed information about the pros and cons of it and whether or not it's the right tool for you.
Absolutely. And it's a bit of a long URL, so I put it in the chat. It's robinsinteractive.com/amazon-creator-connections.
Should have done a shorter
Yeah.
URL, but not attached.
No. I mean, SEO value. That's you're doing it just right. But I should have put a dustinhouse.com/stuff or something for a
Ah,
short link. I just didn't have my stuff together today. I'm sorry about that.
oh, I can
But
do
you know who does have their stuff together?
right.
It's
Not me.
Lavanta. So
Oh, there it is.
I don't know why they're tattooing dolphins, but it's great publicity, especially from Stephanie Robbins here promoting them heavily. DustinHouse.com/Savanta and use code Dustin20 to save 20% when you sign up. Go give it a shot. It could improve your business dramatically. All right. So as we wrap up here, Stephanie, how do people get a hold of you? And who are you looking to work with and service here?
LinkedIn is, I'm very attentive to LinkedIn messages and connections. So that's always a great connection. Obviously, my website, which we just put in the chat, is another great way, or srobbins@robbinsinteractive.com. So that's like the longest email address. So that's where I was like, I should have gotten a shorter URL.
I did that when I bought performancemarketingmanager.com, and then I ended up having to buy like perfmm.com so I could just
Right?
shorten the URL for my email address.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that turned out to be a big hassle. But anyway, you've been a
First world.
fabulous guest. Thank you so much for being here. My guest next week on Affiliate Nerd Out, Mike Carney, one of the
Oh,
best
cool.
in the business for affiliate recruitment, or not recruitment, but like affiliate manager and setting them up with jobs. He's going to talk about that job market that's going on right now and some great tactics for affiliate managers to get hired. And also, Igor, I always mess this up.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Igor is a brilliant mind in the email marketing industry. He talks about email farming and funnel systems. He's just one of those incredible, probably the biggest name in the game for when it comes to joint ventures, JVs, and really excited to have him on Thursday. If you would like a quick resource, if you're trying to start up an affiliate program and you want a checklist, I've got one for you. Go to dustinhouse.com/checklist. Go check it out and be a part of my community by clicking this link up here. This QR code goes directly to performancemarketingmanager.com and you can join up there. Stephanie, thanks so much for being here. And I can't wait to see you at Affiliate Summit coming around.
Yeah, sooner than we know, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Take care, Steph.